What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show. We discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and a stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below, as it's completely free to do so, and I will keep you up to date here with everything. Remember that new videos come out here on our YouTube channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, at the end of this video, I will have a special guest appearance for you, so make sure to watch all the way to the end for that special guest appearance. We got a lot to talk about here today. In this video, I have multiple different states that are going to be providing extra money back to their residents here in multiple different forms. And I'll be going over that in this video. If you've been watching my channel, we're just finding out here on a daily basis so many different states that are flush with cash from the pandemic and from the third stimulus check package, that they're and because of inflation and because of the high price of gas, we have a lot of states, literally one by one, are now either proposing, issuing, considering, or voting on, or actually passing stimulus checks, reducing gas prices, reducing income tax or sales tax, a multitude of different things here. If you've been watching my channel here religiously on a daily basis, you've been watching here. There's so many different things going on here on the federal level and the state level, and I got a lot of different ones here for you guys in this video. Also, I will have a special guest appearance for you guys at the end of this video, so make sure to watch all the way to the end for that special guest appearance. Okay, first up, both parties, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, they're growing in support for providing more air power to Ukraine, not just anti-air defenses, but possibly more. Check this out here. You can see here the debate over whether the U.S. should facilitate the transfer of fighter jets to Ukraine is heating up over Capitol Hill, where a growing number of lawmakers are pressing the Biden administration to fulfill Kyiv's request for more air power. Others are urging restraint, fear the move could be a fatal mistake. You can let me know your thoughts on this, but we are already providing them pretty much almost everything else at this point. Anti-tank weapons, anti-air weapons. So some people argue, what's the difference between providing them with jets as well? The discussion has transcended the partisan divisions routine to Washington, pitting the White House against not only Republicans, but also some of President Biden's more closest Democratic allies. It's also highlighting the frustration among lawmakers of both parties who are watching Russia's invasion unfold with a growing sense of helplessness. It's a very difficult balance. We want to help Ukraine in every way we can without going to war with Russia and starting World War III and risking a nuclear conflict, said Representative Adam Smith, a chairman of the House Armed Services Committee. But there's another issue with this, is that Poland would give their MiG-29s to Ukraine, and then we would give Superior jets to Poland. And they said that the MiG-29s are outdated and would likely fall quick prey to Russia's Superior jets and surface-to-air missiles, although Russia has not performed very well so far. Ukraine has jet fighters now, and they're not using them. In fact, all they're doing is moving them around to make sure they don't get taken out, which is interesting. Maybe they just don't have the trained personnel to be able to fly them in combat zone. I'm not sure. And the MiG-29 is, as I understand it, an early fourth-generation fighter that would not fare well. It wouldn't survive against the Su-35, which the Russians have, and it wouldn't survive against the surface-to-air missiles that Russia has in Ukraine. It wouldn't be a particularly effective platform, and it would have some risk of escalating the conflict. Do the math, it's not the right decision to make at this point. But other representatives are saying if Ukraine believes the MiGs are going to assist them in their efforts to prevent Russia from dominating the skies, I think we should find a way to make that happen. But as you can see here from Yahoo, the Pentagon has reported that some Russian jets are avoiding even going into Ukraine airspace altogether during some of their missions to avoid being shot down. Because as the Russian jets are going into Ukraine's airspace, a lot of them, or at least some of them, are getting shot down. So some of these Russian jets are literally just going to the border, staying in Russian airspace, and shooting their missiles from there, from Russian airspace. So you got to think that this is, I mean, Ukraine's doing a pretty decent job, a pretty decent job. This is literally coming from the Pentagon. This is intelligence from the Pentagon that Russian jets are doing this to avoid being shot down. And there's also reports that Russia is actually low on a lot of their military supplies, like jets and all sorts of different supplies like that. So, you got to kind of also think of stuff like that when it comes to like their nuclear threats against America. Like, how would they reach California? How would they reach Hawaii or anything on the West Coast? Now, Alaska is different because they're almost connected. So Alaska would be the biggest problem there. But the mainland of the U.S., I just don't think they could reach us. Again, this is just me talking. I'm not from the military, but I do kind of keep up with this stuff. But I mean, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, the other bordering countries of NATO, like Poland and European countries that border Russia, they're right next to Russia, similar to how Alaska is. But the mainland of U.S., we're pretty segregated. I mean, it would be like Canada and the U.S. if Canada wasn't our ally. That's how the other bordering countries next to Russia, they're at a much higher threat level than the rest of the U.S. is. Because I mean, we have an ocean in between us, and the U.S. is going to see anything flying towards us. It's not like back in World War II. I mean, we have advanced radar systems now. I mean, we're going to see anything coming before it comes, and we're prepared now. So I mean, you can let me know your thoughts on this, but all this stuff is in consideration now. I mean, they're considering all these things. Meanwhile, if you've been watching my show here, you can see here politicians propose giving people cash to compensate for high gas prices for inflation. And it says from New Jersey to California, state lawmakers are mulling one-off rebates and tax credits to ease the pain of rising prices, as well as will a gas tax holiday lower gas prices near you? One way to bring down the price of gasoline is to establish a gas tax holiday. Will Uncle Sam or your state government make that move? The federal government is considering it here nationally, which would lower gas by 18 and a half, almost 19 cents on the federal level, which would lower gas across the country. But we're also seeing multiple different states do this here as well. State stimulus checks, as well as lowering the gas on the state level. And if you've been watching my show, I'm covering here as many as I can, as fast as I can, as I see the news here. Just as of last night, Maryland and Georgia halt state gas taxes. So, yeah, here we go. We have multiple different states to cover here, so let's jump right in. Here's the first two. Maryland and Georgia halt state gas taxes. Maryland and Georgia on Friday temporarily halted their state gas tax to provide some relief to Americans at the pump amid a spike in fuel prices. Maryland became the first state to enact legislation suspending gas taxes, which saves residents 36.1 cents per gallon for gasoline and 36.85 cents per gasoline for diesel. That's towards the higher end, middle high end of each state has a different state gas tax. So that's a lot. Governor Larry Hogan signed legislation to halt the surcharge for 30 days. He has also previously thrown his support behind legislation suspending automatic increases to the state's gas tax. A lot of states have automatic increases to increase gas tax with inflation. Well, because that's how inflation works. Quote, this bipartisan action will provide some relief to pain at the pump, and it's possible because of prudent fiscal steps we have taken, which have resulted in a record budget surplus. This, of course, is not a cure-all, and market instability will continue to lead to fluctuations at the prices, but we will continue to use every tool at our disposal to provide more relief for Marylanders. So there could be more coming. There could be more coming. Said that they are working towards a 30-day gas tax suspension. Georgia also temporarily suspended its gas tax on Friday, with the pause effective through the end of May. So I'm not sure if that goes in effect right away, but that will be for at least April and May. So that's at least 2 months, maybe close to 2.5 months. Quote, in the coming days, the suspension of 29.1-cent tax on motor fuel and 32.6 cents tax on diesel will make its way to the consumer. Georgia Governor Kemp, a Republican who is running for re-election this year, tweeted, though we can't fix everything Washington has broken, we're doing our part to lessen the impact on Georgians' wallets. Georgia and state governor in several other states are also considering moves to alleviate the impact for drivers as the U.S. sees gas prices reach new highs. The national average gas price was $4.26 a gallon on Saturday. The country has seen a record high $4.33 per gallon last week, according to AAA. Next up in Massachusetts, a gas tax relief proposed in Massachusetts and Connecticut. So 2 more states here. I have several more coming up here as well. Massachusetts and Connecticut here for gas tax relief proposals. Relief appears likely in Connecticut, where Democratic Governor Ned Lamont has called for a holiday from the state's 25 cents per gallon gas tax, starting as soon as possible and lasting through the end of June. So multiple months there. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker proposed a number of tax cuts to help Massachusetts residents back in January, but the proposal have seen little movement on Beacon Hill. Baker has not specifically asked for a cut to the state's 24 cents per gallon, but Representative Peter Durant proposed an amendment to a recent spending bill that would have suspended the tax until prices drop below $3.70 per gallon, but the amendment was rejected, I believe, by the state legislature. Democratic lawmakers said the proposal is political theater and said they are looking for other ways to give people a financial break, so maybe stimulus checks. Meanwhile, in Connecticut, the average price of regular gas is $4.45 per gallon, while it is $4.34 per gallon in Massachusetts. Next up in Pennsylvania, there's a proposal to reduce PA gas tax, and it is gaining momentum in Pennsylvania. Gas prices in Wilkes-Barre Township are up to $4.39 a gallon, and there's legislation that would reduce the state's gas tax by 20 cents a gallon until the end of the year. I didn't know this, but Pennsylvania's gas tax is the highest in the country at nearly 58 cents a gallon. Woo! I thought California was the highest at 51, I think they are, but apparently Pennsylvania is even a little bit more greedy at 58 cents. And even with that being said, they don't even want to completely reduce the gas tax. They just want to reduce it by 20 cents a gallon. But it's all the way till the end of the year if passed. So that would be for like 8 months. So that would actually be a lot because it's for 8 months. There is plenty of support for this in Harrisburg, but only if the reduction doesn't affect funding for roads and bridges. So Pennsylvania does have a long reduction here, possibly for as long as 8 months. There's also a proposal here to cut cell phone tax and issue gas tax refund checks, as you can see here in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro on Thursday released a new plan designed to offer financial relief to Pennsylvania taxpayers as consumers currently grapple with higher prices on everything from food to energy. I know Pennsylvanians are hurting right now, and I believe the legislature should take up this plan immediately. But if they don't, I'll be ready on day one as governor to bring people together and put money back in your pockets. Shapiro, the presumptive Democratic nominee for governor, said in a statement. Shapiro's plan offers a three-pronged approach to reducing tax burdens on Pennsylvanians by eliminating a gross receipt and sales tax on cell phone service and expanding the state's rebate program for homeowners and for renters. So that's pretty much all adults for the most part. Shapiro said the elimination of the cell phone tax would save taxpayers 11% on their monthly cell phone bills, and that increasing caps for the state property tax and rent rebate program would make an additional 275,000 residents eligible for rebates, which is basically a check. The third piece of the plan suggests sending a gas tax refund to drivers in the state. The refund would be $250 per personal passenger vehicle or a check, with up to 4 refund checks available per household, so potentially up to $1,000 per household. The refunds would be funded through unspent American Rescue Plan dollars currently held by the state. That's money from the third stimulus check package. And again, Pennsylvania is one of the larger states, so they probably got over $5 billion from the third stimulus check package. Meanwhile, Republicans said it's purely a political move to buy support, and Republicans said instead that they should work to reduce the 9.99% corporate net income tax rate. Now, come on. They should reduce corporate taxes instead of giving money to the people? I'm not buying that. If they say if you broaden the tax base, you'll have more money, you'll have more people and businesses paying into it. You'll generate more revenue, and that's how we'll be able to pay for tax relief. Yeah, if you ever give it to the people, you could just give it to the people now, and instead of hoping that you give it to the people in the future, right? And good old Ohio. Ohio lawmakers pushing for Governor Mike DeWine to temporarily remove a gas tax. Prices here in Ohio, lawmakers are pushing Governor Mike DeWine to remove the gas tax. The tax was added in 2019 to help repair the state's deteriorating roads. And because of the physical infrastructure bill, there has been there's a lot of money coming into the states here, each state. And lawmakers said, we just had an infrastructure bill, so that's money going to be coming into Ohio. So I would say help the people out and drop it for a while. Ohio Senate Bill 277 would temporarily suspend the tax for 5 years, as well as additional registration taxes on electric and hybrid vehicles. So yeah, there's a lot. If you've been watching my show, there's a lot of different states offering stimulus checks, gas tax rebate checks, property tax rebate checks, renter checks, whatever they call it, or pausing gas tax, which is you get a little bit more money every time you fill up your gas tanks, reducing the price on that. There's a lot going on here. So let me know your thoughts. I'll keep you up to date here as more and more comes in here, literally on a daily basis. So don't miss out on any new videos. Make sure to subscribe, and new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And remember, we're next. Here is our guest, special guest appearance. Check it out. Say hi. Who is that? Yeah. Tell everybody what you've been up to. Tell everybody what you've been up to.
give it.
Are you excited to get a new kitty?
Yes, I will.
And what are you gonna do to the new kitty?
Poop him.
No, you're not gonna poop him.
Yes, I'm gonna poop him.
Maybe we'll have you cleaning the litter box. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll have you doing.
No, I have to poop on the kitty, the new kitty.
You're gonna be, how are you gonna treat the little kitty?
Poop him.
I swear that's all you talk about is pooping, huh? No, remember you're gonna be nice to him, right? You're gonna be nice to him.
I not poop on you.
No, I don't want to be pooped on.
Yes, I poop on you.
I'm gonna poop on you. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop. Do you know what next month is?
Didi Day.
It's what?
Didi Day.
It's your birthday.
It's Didi Day.
Yeah, what do you want to do for your birthday?
Didi.
Do you want to have cake?
Yeah, and I want to have poop.
Do you want to have ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah?
How about pizzas on too?
Pictures?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I want a strawberry cake.
A strawberry cake?
Yes.
Is that your favorite flavor?
Yep.
And what's your favorite colors?
My favorite color is red and blue.
Ooh, and how old are you going to be?
4.
4. Wow.
Right now I'm 3.
That's right. Right now you're 3. And how old is Daddy?
Poop.
You're silly. Say bye-bye.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you in the next video.